Anthony Iero, Jr. is a musician who was the rhythm guitarist and backup vocalist of the alternative rock band My Chemical Romance, as well as the vocalist of the post-hardcore band Leathermouth and electronic hardcore act Deathspells. He has a solo punk rock project titled FrnkIero And The Cellabration, with an album titled Stomachaches that was released on August 26, 2014. The first single off the album, called Waited, premiered on BBC Radio 1 on July 8, 2014. Early life: he was born in Belleville, New Jersey and grew up in Kearney, New Jersey. As a child, he suffered numerous bouts of bronchitis and ear infections, which meant he spent a lot of his childhood in the hospital. Frank is also lactose intolerant and has other various food allergies. He attended a Catholic school as a child. He went to Rutgers University on a scholarship, but dropped out to go on tour with My Chemical Romance. Iero's parents split when he was young and he grew up living with his mother, who lent out her basement to her son's many band practices. His father and grandfather were musicians and both were big influences on Iero when he was young. His father urged him to play drums, but Iero later began playing the guitar. Music career Early bands and Pensy Prep Frank started playing in local bands on the New Jersey punk scene at age 11. Before joining My Chemical Romance, he served as frontman for the punk band Pensy Prep. The band released an album, Heartbreak in Stereo, on the independent Eyeball Records before disbanding. Whilst playing with Pensy Prep, he became friends with Gerard Way and the other My Chemical Romance members, became a fan of their original demo and helped them get their first shows. After his band broke up, Frank played in several bands, including IMA Graveyard, Hybrid, Sector 12, and American Nightmare, before being offered the slot of rhythm guitar in My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance Iero joined My Chemical Romance in 2002 and was featured on 2 tracks on their debut album I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. My Chemical Romance released their second album 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge on June 8, 2004. My Chemical Romance's third album The Black Parade was released on October 24, 2006. My Chemical Romance's fourth and final studio album Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. The band announced their breakup on March 22, 2013. Lower UTH, solo and side projects Iero is also the frontman of hardcore punk quintet Leathermouth, who released their debut album EXO in January 2009, on Epitaph Records. He is involved in a tribute band to The Cure named The Love Cats, after the song of the same name, and played bass with Reggie in The Full Effect on their farewell tour. His first solo song This Song Is a Curse was released as a bonus track on the official soundtrack to the Tim Burton film, FrnkIero. He later posted an anti-Xmas track he recorded as a joke in 15 minutes, and followed that up with a cover of the song Be My Baby, originally made famous by the Ronettes. In early 2013, Iero and James DeWeese announced that they were working on a new project, an electronic hardcore band called Deathspells. They also announced a tour supporting Mindless Self-Indulgence and a performance at the Skate and Surf Festival in New Jersey. They're also working on a full-length album and have posted demos on their website. He later performed new solo songs live and posted others to his SoundCloud, then implied he had a full album worth of songs wrote, with more content being created on a continuous basis. This was confirmed to be for a solo album. On November 28, 2013, he announced via his official website and his Twitter account that a 2-track release entitled Virginia would be released digitally and via limited vinyl on December 10. After his former band broke up, Frank began writing songs in his home studio. Throughout the rest of 2013 he started playing a couple of songs live at events, posted a demo of Joyriding, and recorded a full-length album. Frank plays everything on the album except for drums, which were handled by former My Chemical Romance drummer Jared Alexander. He also assembled a touring band composed of Evan Nestor, Rob Hughes and Matt Olson. In June 2014 he announced his signing to Staples Records and his debut album called Stomachaches is due out August 25. This was followed up with tour dates and a debut single called Waited. on August 4, 2014. He released the music video for this song. A second single and accompanying video for the song Joyriding was released. The band opened for Mallory Knox in the UK in November 2014 on their first overseas run. The band announced headline dates for 2015 in Mexico, the US and Europe, and are playing Reading and Leeds festivals. He was a judge for the 7th Annual Independent Music Awards to support independent artists. On December 7, 2010, Iero parted ways with the record company Skeleton Crew that he and his wife co-founded years earlier, in order to concentrate on his family and his music with My Chemical Romance, stating that, although he would have loved to carry on, he could not juggle his career with a band, the new additions to his family, and co-running a business at the same time. Equipment equals, in the earlier days of My Chemical Romance, Iero mainly used Gibson SGs and Epiphone Les Paul guitars and Marshall amps. He has since switched to using Gibson Les Pauls and occasionally uses a Gibson SG. He also used a Fender Stratocaster in the Desolation Row video. He has recently collaborated with Epiphone to design the Wilshire Phantomatic guitar, which he used on stage for the My Chemical Romance World Contamination Tour, the Honda Civic Tour, and for the Reading and Leeds festivals. He also uses the Orange Rocker Verb MKI 100 head and Orange 160-watt guitar 4x10 vintage cabinet. Personal life and political views. Iero has many tattoos including logos for the bands Black Flag and the Misfits, symbols of his love for his home state, New Jersey, a matching revenge tattoo with James Deweese and others by acclaimed tattoo artist Kat Von D, a Frankenstein's monster, and portraits of his grandmothers and grandfather, all of which were featured in Von D's book High Voltage Tattoo, and the latter of which was done on an episode of her reality show LA Inc. in which Iero was featured. In the aforementioned book, Von D states that she was present at Iero's wedding, indicating that the two have remained close friends. Iero has expressed his pro-gay rights stance on numerous occasions, including wearing a pro-gay marriage t-shirt on tour and his home custom red Homophobia as Gay t-shirt, which has become a fan favorite. He also revealed to Rock Sound magazine that he voted for Barack Obama in the 2008 presidential election. He has been a vegetarian since childhood after discovering the mistreatment animals endure in slaughterhouses and rearing farms, and in 2008 PETA dubbed Iero one of the world's sexiest vegetarians, alongside Alyssa Milano. On February 5, 2007, Iero married his long-term girlfriend Jamie Anesta after proposing on May 25, 2006 during the recording of the Black Parade. On September 7, 2010, Iero announced on the My Chemical Romance official website that he and his wife Jamie had become parents of twin girls named Cherry and Lily. On April 6, 2012, he announced via his official Twitter account that his wife had given birth to their son, Miles. Discography. References. External links: My Chemical Romance official website, FrnkIero at the Internet Movie Database, FrnkIero on Twitter.